Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. How you guys are doing today? Decided to come out here to the forest and do a little video. I've been reflecting on a few things for the last couple days. Specifically yesterday before, I've been having some conversations. Really good conversations, and they're making me reflect on a few things, and I think I should put it up on a video. Specifically with the live with Andy and all of that stuff that he, we asked a little topic there, is Palo for everybody? Is Nkisi Malongo, or this practice for everybody? And, that question is really hard to answer. Many of you guys see us priests that are online, and you guys got a calling for it. You guys see me also, specifically my followers, the ones who follow me, contact me, and are searching for knowledge and all those things, wanting to be priest. And the question that that I'm trying to answer is, if Palo right for you? Is it for everybody? And it's a very delicate situation because you guys only see the outside. You guys only see what's being projected through the lens. You guys don't get to experience the day-to-day life of what it is to be a priest, what it is to have these responsibilities of having Nkisis, and most of all, the sacrifices that we as priests have paid, not just the money, but the time. For you to be able to have power and knowledge within these traditions, and specifically this one, it's a large sacrifice. That I say it is not for everybody. It is not as glamorous as it seems. It is not like you're doing medicine in a room, rituals, and you're bewitching people, helping people, doing this, doing that. Once again, it is not for everybody. It is not for every person that comes to you. It is for yourself, It's to empower yourself and help yourself. And there's a sacrifice that must be paid, not just with money. I've been doing this so long that most of my life, more than half of my life, I've been doing this, being initiated and having Nkisis and practicing this. And it's an everyday thing, not rituals, not initiation, no. That's for sure, those things comes here and there. But the knowledge, the learning, it's an everyday thing. And it is hard, it is hard to be that consistent. That when you bite more than you can chew and you realize this is a lot of stuff, because there's no room for negligence, there's no room for not knowing. Because these things are real and they have effects in your life and the lives of others. So for the people who are wanting to get initiated and practice these traditions to become a priest, not to be initiated and be a part of it, but shooting for their level of success is to be a well-defined priest, independent from their godparents. It is not going to be easy. And it's a very treacherous, a lot of turmoil, a lot of tribulations in this path. There's so many things, right? With obtaining knowledge and awakening and understanding the laws of nature, understanding the way things function, and how do you use that for your benefit. It is very hard. Why do I say these things? I'm gonna give examples so you guys can truly be like, damn. Since I've had my key since I was initiated, because once I got initiated, I was in the whole way, every weekend, every this, every day. And it's been an everyday thing. I've chosen, like right now, many people are going to prom. You see that they're high schoolers, they're going to prom, they're doing this, they're doing that. Which I had a conversation not too long ago with a patient about that stuff. And and it gave me a little flashback when I was going through high school. And did I go to prom? In reality, I didn't, right? I was working, and after that, I went to Nsokongo with my Nkisi, due to the fact that it had no value for me. But I sacrificed that. I didn't live that. There is supposed to be balance, right? You must live your natural processes of life. But when you're in this tradition, you must invest the adequate amount of time to nurture yourself and grow, and it takes a lot. Now that I'm in different stages, now that I'm a father, that I'm a husband, that I have my own profession and all these responsibilities in life, the demand is still there. I must keep growing. I must keep seeing the secrets of nature, and the laws and the way that they function. Not just to resolve my patient's problems or for other people, but for myself. It is an endless ocean of knowledge and experience in Nkisi Malongo. It is like if you decided to jump off dry land and swim in the ocean for the rest of your life. Because there's no going back. Once you're a priest, you cannot undo those knots. You cannot undo that decision, just like if you decide to have children. Once you're a father, you're a father. Whether you're a good one or a bad one, but you're a father. You experienced it. There's no undoing that. And if you do something in life, you want to be good at it. Forget about comparing yourself to anybody else, but within yourself, you want to be the best that you can be. You want to answer all of those questions. And my practice, I've taken away time from my children. I've taken away from my spouse. I've taken away from my family. Right? When December comes, they're going out on family reunions and all this, New Year's, Christmas, and all this stuff. And we have responsibilities as priests at the end of the year within our lineage to attend our Nkisis. To be a godfather also, that is very stressful. That's why I don't understand to have so many godchildren. Because if you truly care for those godchildren, you want them to be the best as you or better. So you can't have 500 godkids and they're the same as you or better at the end of the day. And this tradition, I have paid my sacrifices. And the real question is it worth it? Is it worth it? Not to spend time with your kids, not necessarily outside, going out, but in your house, hugging them, speaking to them, being with them, instead of having your nose and eyeballs and eyelashes in a book or conversating with other priests. Is that worth it, not being with your children? Is it worth it not spending more time with your spouse? You see? Is it worth it not deciding to spend $700 on rum and animals and cigars and things instead of taking out your family to a water park? Is it worth it? These are the questions that the people who are deciding to be initiated into this tradition and shoot for priesthoods, you gotta ask yourself. Because if it's not gonna be worth it, might as well not do it. because it is a sacrifice. You cannot receive without giving something, and that's the truth. It's a give and take. And if you're not well defined and you don't know what you're doing, and it's been 10 years, 5 years, and you have this in Kisi and you're investing all these things in it, and you don't know what you're doing in your medicine and you don't have power, it's just been a waste of time. Because you haven't decided to truly search, not for others, not to compare yourself to others, but within yourself, that you are satisfied with what you have become. That's why they say you must fail your way to success in this tradition. I have always said that, failing your way to success. Every constant day, there. All priests say that we don't know anything. The one who knows everything, there's no room for growing. He already knows it all. And us priests, we know that we don't know anything. We question everything. It's a different mindset. Every single thing that we think about is a question. And we try to answer them through concepts and somewhat logic. But it is a sacrifice that must be paid. The picture is not as beautiful as people point it out to be, specifically online and movies and all these things. It is not as beautiful as it seems. It is a lot of hard work at the end of the day. If we come to understand it, due to the fact that it takes so much of us, so much time away from other processes, other aspects of our lives. And if you decide not to be well defined, don't do these agreements, right? Don't do these agreements. And a priest that tells you that don't have problems, they're lying to you. Everybody in this realm have problems. Everybody. And that's the whole point of the tradition. To live the phases of life and to overcome these challenges and learning lessons. Because, just like I said, we must fail our way to success, and without obstacle, there's no success. And what is an obstacle, right? It can be anything. What is success and who defines it? Those questions. Sometimes you would think that you're in success and it is the obstacle. Sometimes you acquire success and all the obstacles come. Sometimes you must go through the obstacles to get to success. They're just phases of life, stepping stones to lead you to a higher understanding of the processes. Same as your decisions deliberately create your reality. And what is a decision? Is an idea that we have accepted. And to see things in that certain lens. Obviously, the counterpart, actions are the catalyst of all things. A decision and an action are two different things. You can decide to do something. If you don't take action, no result. But the decision is an idea that you have accepted to see it in that way. And it will shape your reality. And you can't have bad without good, and that's a natural law within this physical world and the way things are functioning. There is no rising without setting, and no setting without rising. And as a priest, we all go through these things in the sense that we have to sacrifice a lot of ourselves, give a lot of our time to others, to the craft itself, to the responsibilities of having an Nkisi. Not just the money, but the time. Well, that same time could have been invested somewhere else. When you do something in life, do it all the way. And my godfather used to tell me that all the time. Don't half step. Don't make a decision and then half step backwards. And that's the main thing. If you're gonna be a priest, don't half step. Right? Do not half step at all. At the end of the day. Because if you decide to half step, you're gonna end up just fooling yourself. You're gonna fool yourself. Why wouldn't you want to be the best that you want to be in any aspect in life? If you're gonna be a husband, be the best husband that you can be. If you're gonna be a father, be the best father that you can be. If you're gonna be a friend, be the best friend that you can be. If you're going to do anything, be the best at it, the best of your abilities. Give it your all. Why half step? Why start a process and not give it everything that you want, everything that you have? And these are the things that for the newcomers you must sit down and think about. Are you going to dedicate yourself fully to these processes? Give up time, money, understanding, patience for these things, these sacrifices that are very hard within this tradition. Because you can be 30 years in the tradition and not know anything. You can be 1 year in the tradition and know more. The 30 years that the person gave, he only maybe gave 2 weeks to the tradition has an Nkisi. While the person who got initiated that one day, he invested the whole 1 year in it and acquired more knowledge than the priest that was in 30 or the tata that had 30 years. So time doesn't make you more. It's consistency and moving to that. Overcoming the obstacles, identifying your weaknesses as a priest. You must identify your weaknesses and try to fix them. It's just that simple. In life, it's the same thing. That's why people go and get better jobs. That's why people do this and that. Because they're just like plants in the forest trying to reach the sunlight. And sooner or later, that tree that's behind me is going to fall and rot, and another one's going to come and take its place, just like all of us. Just like all of the ancestors of the community, the people that were here before us. They created and they said it. They eventually created the things they did, lived their life, had effects, changed certain things for the new generations coming, and then they passed away. Everything rises and sets, and that tree will be fertilizer for the new plant that's going to come. These are the laws of nature, the rules of life, and the way these cycles are functioning in all aspects of our lives. And we must identify them. Hopefully, for the newcomers, you guys question these things. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys with Nsinga Dikana Ningna Kato Bukaku. Always uphold our tradition by making the right decisions for our tradition. Salam alaikum, alaikum salam.